Hey guys, Dylan from Noble Records coming at you with another video. So over the years, in all of my collecting and obsessions, one thing that I've always avoided because of the expense is the jazz. And I've not avoided it that much. If I'm being honest, I've had quite a bit of jazz. I probably have, shoot, I'm just looking at it now, I probably have 400, 300 more jazz records. So, I mean, my system sounds really good. With jazz, or my jazz sounds really good on my system, say it that way. So I've been picking it up since I upgraded my system and everything. So yeah, especially like audiophile jazz stuff like that. I've been collecting that stuff for a little bit, but usually when I get a really good jazz collection in, a bunch of OG jazz stuff, I just sell it. You know, just because it's worth a lot, and I can't collect everything. Well, that's where I guess we're wrong. I've gotten to the point where some of this stuff, you know, and in the past, if you know, if there's something that comes along that I know that I'm not going to see, like that original Soul Station, you know, if I know I'm going to have a problem finding it again, especially like something clean, I will keep it, stuff like that. But here lately, I've just went off the rails with it. Really had a few, and when I say I'll go off the rails, I've kind of been in the mode lately to where I'll buy what comes to the shop, what collections I find, and I'm not going online for a whole lot. So none of these have I bought online. So I got a really good stack of jazz to show you guys that I couldn't say no to. Had some local guys that have sold some things to me, and then also I had a couple guys. Sometimes people will just send me messages and say, "Hey, I've got these records for sale, those records for sale." So all these I've either found out in the wild or from some people that have brought stuff in the shop or collections that I've bought. But this is all like the past month. I've gotten all this crazy jazz stuff. So I thought I would show you. This is one I've had my eye on for a while. I had the reissue of it. But this is just killer. Andrew Hill, Point of Departure. Really good stuff. This is an original mono with Kenny Dorham, Eric Dolphy, Joe Henderson, Anthony Williams. Come on. That's an all-star lineup. But Blue Note is kind of, I mentioned it in one of my heavy rotation videos. I've got another channel called Heavy Rotations that I try to post on every week of just what I'm adding to my collection. And I kind of mentioned that I like to get every Blue Note release at some point in my life, you know. So I mean, and I know of people that have done it, so it's possible. But that is a pretty crazy thing. I know people that claim they've done it anyways. But this one was high up on my list. Just fantastic record. Yeah, I had the reissue. Getting an original was really cool. Here's another one, a first pressing of Lee Morgan, Leeway. Super nice condition as well. Both of these are really clean. And this is a tough one to find. You know, got the Cooker. Finally tracked a copy of that down. And yeah, just dynamite stuff. Obviously, Lee Morgan, legendary. This is one I've been wanting for a while. I had an original copy back in the day, and sold it because I didn't care about jazz back then. And so yeah, this is Sunny Red, Out of the Blue. They just did a Tone Poet of this, and it's one of my favorite Tone Poet releases they've done, and I think you can still get them pretty regularly. But yeah, this is a fantastic one. Deep Groove, first press. Sam Jones, Wynton Kelly, Paul Chambers, Roy Brooks, Jimmy Cobb. Another banger. But yeah, this is really sought after, really hard to find. Love this record. The copy that I had, I think I got it in 2017 and just immediately sold it because I saw what they went for. And then, you know, what they go for now is way more than I sold it for then. But yeah, this is a really nice copy. Another one, Ike Quebec, Blue and Sentimental. This is a first stereo pressing. I love Ike Quebec. And this one, I don't think I've ever seen another copy. So a really nice one. You know, Grant Green, Paul Chambers, Philly Joe Jones. Grant Green's an incredible guitar player. I'll always collect his stuff. I've gotten a bunch of his lately as well. So, yeah. Dope. This is another one. Una Mas, Kenny Dorham. Man, I love this record. It's got like a real, like almost like a Cuban sound to it. But yeah, this is another one that I had back in the day and ended up selling it. But it's got, you know, Herbie Hancock on it, Joe Henderson, anything with Joe Henderson, Anthony Williams, you know, Herbie Hancock. I gotta get it. So I love these those Blue Note portraits. But man, this is a killer first mono of this one. So yeah, I think of all the jazz records that I've had over the years, and like it hurts to think about that I sold them, you know, that I sold so many killer ones. But you know, when you have a shop and you kind of have to, you can't, like I said, you can't keep everything. So that's why I've resisted it for so long. But you know, I should do more jazz videos. I just kind of, I know that there's a lot of jazz snobs that are like way deeper into it than I am. So I like to get a really good basis of everything before I do it. But this is a Eric Dolphy out there, original press on the New Jazz label. This is another one. Had it a long time ago. When I opened the shop, I sold it. So yeah, this is a really fantastic record. I love all the Eric Dolphy stuff. I have the Analog Productions press of this, which is what I play normally. But yeah, this is a killer. It's a lot more out there, you know, closer to the free jazz realm. This is actually just got this. This is Larry Young Unity. I got like a second pressing like a month ago. This is a first pressing. Woody Shaw, Joe Henderson, Elvin Jones, first stereo. It's a really nice copy. This one is fantastic. I think they just did a classic series repress of this that sounds really good. That's one you should get. It's in print right now, and it's definitely one to get if you're not much of a jazz guy and you want to get into it. That's a good one to go. This is a first mono of Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, Indestructible. Really nice shape. It's got Lee Morgan on it, you know. Wayne Shorter. Great stuff. Another Art Blakey. Witch Doctor. This is an original stereo of that. They did a tone poet of this a while back. This is a first mono of Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, Buhana's Delight. Great stuff. This is one I actually found in a collection that I got. I got a really good jazz collection a few weeks ago. Half of what was in there was rock, the other half was jazz, and most of it was like jazz reissues and stuff, but there's a couple really good originals in there. This is one that I got. A Caddy for Daddy, Hank Mobley. This is a first stereo pressing, and this joker is stone mint. Super clean copy. Thrilled to have that, but obviously want all the Hank Mobley stuff. And I was going through the catalog trying to figure out like, okay, these are the main Blue Notes that I want, and this was one that I put on my want list that I really wanted, and boom, there it was in a collection. That same collection, there was this Ornette Coleman, the Empty Foxhole. This is one I found it at a shop in Asheville when I was on my Asheville trip a few weeks ago, and I just grabbed it, and I didn't even look at the price because I don't know. I was like, that's an original. I looked at the disc and everything, and I didn't even really think of the price. And then when I got up to almost to check out, I looked at it, and the price was like crazy high, and I was like, dang it. And usually, like, if it's on the high side, whatever, but this price was like triple what it should go for, and I was like, so I put it back. I feel like I got to get a deal, and then I'm glad I did, because boom, there it was in that collection. Ornette Coleman, great stuff. You know, a lot of his stuff is a little bit more on the fringe. Glad to get these in my collection. I've had them before, but these Mingus is a first press on Impulse, nice copy, and then Black Saint, the Center Lady. Yeah, another one, really killer. This is another one I've had in the past and sold for whatever reason. Art Pepper Meets the Rhythm Section on Contemporary. Yeah, I had this I had a huge jazz collection maybe eight months ago, and this was in there, and I was like on the fence about selling it, but I sold it anyways, and like immediately regretted it. So nice to get that copy, really nice. This is a first pressing Don Wilkerson. Preach, brother. First mono. It's got Grant Green on it as well. But yeah, I'm a sucker for the Blue Notes, those killer portraits. There's another one. I believe this is a second press, but this is Blue Mitchell, The Thing to Do. Really nice copy. And then this is another one that they just did a tone poet of. This is Bobby Hutcherson's Stick Up. I believe this is the second stereo pressing of this, but fantastic record. And like I said, they just did a tone poet of this, and it sounds amazing. But anything with Bobby Hutcherson, Joe Henderson, McCoy Tyner, yeah, I'm in. Sign me up. A few more. This is a really nice upgrade copy for me. This Alice Coltrane featuring Pharoah Sanders. This is a tough one to get. That's the title of it. Every time I pronounce it, someone tells me I'm wrong because no one really knows. But yeah, everyone's just comment in the comment section what you think it should be called and how it should be pronounced. But yeah, this is a really killer record. Hard to find clean. I had a decent copy. I think this one's a little bit cleaner, so that's an upgrade copy for me. But yeah, I love Alice Coltrane just as much as I love John Coltrane. I love them both. But maybe a couple years ago, I bought a collection that had almost every Alice Coltrane record in it, and I kept a lot of the hard-to-get ones. This one's amazing. Love Alice Coltrane. Love Pharoah Sanders. That's a killer release, and they just reissued that as well. This is Lee Morgan Live at the Lighthouse. I actually have the box set, but this is an original press, so I had to keep it. That came in that last really big jazz collection that I got. And then here's a couple audiophile ones. I've got a ton of audiophile jazz stuff. Any good audiophile jazz reissue that comes along, I grab it. This is John Coltrane Live at the Half Note. This is a classic records pressing. I don't think I've ever even seen this record before, so I'm excited to put that one on and listen to it. This is the Speaker's Corner reissue of A Love Supreme, which I'm anxious to hear. This is in my top 3 favorite jazz records of all time. It was #1 for a while, but I think Soul Station might be #1 now. But if you guys want to see more of my jazz collection, I do already have a pretty solid little jazz stash that I could show you. I collect. I'm not going to show stuff that everybody knows about. Probably all the tone poets that are coming out. I have a whole cube of tone poets over here. I pick every single one of those up that comes out. The classic series, I pick every one of those up that come out. But anyways, I more try to focus on, like I said, you can't buy everything, you can't keep everything. But if it comes along, I try to focus on the first press, either mono or stereo. Obviously, preferably mono, the original mono pressing, and then so if it's, I like to have. In my dream collection, I'd like to have audiophile pressing and first mono of everything. We'll see. There's lots of years of collecting ahead of me, so we'll see what. But I do like jazz, and I know a lot of you guys like jazz. So, anyways, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching this video. Follow us on Instagram at Noble Records. We have a record store in Matthews, North Carolina. We're always buying cool collections, recommending records, things like that. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.